everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're talking about how I'm encouraging summer reading. So this year, Presley is in between first grade and second grade. He started reading around a little bit in preschool, definitely in kindergarten, but he still wasn't very confident in his own reading. It has gotten much better throughout first grade, but now we're going into second grade and he can read. Would he still prefer me to read to him sometimes? Yes. But so what I decided to do over summer break, since we are in the middle of summer, is encourage that reading. I was always a kid who loved reading. My activity of choice when I was a kid was reading books. We had the original PlayStation, I think maybe a Nintendo 64, that kind of stuff. This was back in the 90s, obviously, but I wasn't very good at those. That was not my choice of entertainment. We also had TV with cable. We weren't people that only had the local access channels, but at the same time, we didn't have a ton of stuff. I mostly watched PBS. I remember watching Zoom every day after school while we had our snack before we did homework, which was really fun because it had kids your age doing activities and experiments and things. And while I loved that, again, if I had a choice of what to do on my downtime, it was read. When I was in trouble sometimes in elementary school, they took away my book because it wasn't going to matter with everything else. Kids nowadays have video games and phones and everything like that, so I wanted to make sure that my kids experience my love of reading. So one thing that I am doing is quiet time. Basically what that means for us is every day so far this summer, minus a couple days when we were super busy doing other things, after lunch, we put every single device away. We plug in all of our stuff. It also helps let certain things charge, like my phone and things if needed, but we put every single device away. And for at least right now, 30 minutes, we have quiet time. I do think I'm going to potentially increase this. And this is something that I want to keep during the weekends, during the school year as well, because it's been working very well for us. But we read. I read for the entire 30 minutes. Presley has to at least start with reading, and so far he's been reading chapter books, and we do 1 to 2 chapters depending on what it is. I have been timing all this kind of stuff because we have a timer for 30 minutes, and usually he will be reading for at least 15 minutes before he decides to do another activity. So right now, that's fine. There have been a couple days where he actually has chosen to read the entire time, or there was one day where he wasn't finished with whatever he was reading after the 30 minutes was over, and he was like, no mom, I need to continue until I'm done with this chapter. So, I mean, I'm letting him choose, but it's working out very well. When he's done reading, while we're still doing quiet time, or for Elliot, the entire quiet time, because she can't read yet. We still read books for her before bed and everything, but she cannot read. They have to do another quiet activity. Up here in the library, if they want to be in here with me, they can color. We have paper and all of their sort of arts and crafts, crayons, markers, colored pencils. They've also been practicing with their kid scissors, which means my floor is a little bit of a mess right now because they've done that. Or they can play with, they have these little, I don't even know what these are called, but building block things where you can put them together and build stuff. They've been doing those. Every so often lately, they've been going into one of their bedrooms to play with their toys together quietly. But so basically we just have quiet time. No phones, no screens, no nothing. And the good thing is that we do this every day after lunch, and it's been continuing for more than half an hour. Yes, technically after that half hour, if they want to do something else or look at something on their phone, or every so often Presley really likes educational videos, or he has a game right now that he's learning about human body parts. He knows about organs and systems and things. I will let them do that. But in general, they've decided to keep doing quiet time longer than 30 minutes. There's been a few days where we've been up here for 2 or 3 hours. I don't necessarily read the whole time because sometimes I'll have to edit or something, which means I can stop with the quiet time and do that. But they will just be up here coloring, building, doing that kind of stuff quietly, which is amazing. I feel like this has worked so well. I probably could increase my 30 minutes, but we haven't done that yet. But so that's the main thing that I came up with. But if you're also trying to encourage kids to read, here in the United States, there are 2 other ways that you can encourage reading that we've also been implementing that have worked pretty well so far. The first one is the Book It program from Pizza Hut is back. This was a thing when I was a kid, where you read. They are encouraging reading throughout the summer, and you earn personal pan pizzas for doing it. Presley has already read for June, because right now we're near the beginning of July, and he has already earned and eaten his pizza for June. So basically what they're trying to do is encouraging about 20 minutes of reading a day. Like I said, Presley's not 100% up to that yet. I'm just counting every single day that he does read, and we're hoping to get up to that 20 minutes a day in general. But you just check off on their little app. It sort of looks like this right now, the days that they read. And they will let you go back a few days to, like, if you skipped a couple days of going in and inputting it, you can go in and input it. But you have to read at least 15 days out of the month by the end of the month to earn your pizza. So in June, we didn't start until after school was out, actually like actively reading every single day. So he ended up with, I think, 16 or 17 days in June, so he earned his pizza. Once it came to July 1st, that's when the coupon came out saying, here, you can do this, and then we had a pizza day near the beginning of July for our dinner that night, and he had his own personal pan pepperoni pizza, which he absolutely loved. He ended up eating about half of it for dinner and half of it for lunch the next day, and he said it was one of the best pizzas he's ever had, and I think part of it is because he earned that. So now we are working on July. He has to read at least 15 days in July. We've read pretty much every single day so far, and that's what we're going to be doing. Once it hits August 1st, if we have read 15 days in July, we will earn another personal pan pizza. He's already asking when he can get one. Like, he is ready for it. This has definitely been motivating for him. It is only during the summer, so I'm pretty sure they're doing it June, July, and August. So for 3 full months, you do the reading, you can earn a pizza. But I'm so glad that it's back. I feel like it was more promoted at school when I was a kid, but if you're not doing it with a school, you as a parent can sign up and do it yourself that way, which is what I did. The other thing that we are also doing is the Barnes & Noble summer reading program. I'm pretty sure my library has one as well, but the last time we were in there, we did a scavenger hunt and I forgot to look about summer reading, but Barnes & Noble does have a summer reading program. They've had one for as long as I can remember, because I used to work at Barnes & Noble, and basically if you read 8 books during the summer, according to this paper, this coupon that you will have on here once you do everything is valid from July 1st through August 31st. So you at least need to complete this by the end of August in order to use this. But you read 8 books, and then they have a complete list of books that you can get for free for completing this paper. This is only for grades 1 through 6. As far as I know, the Pizza Hut one is for, I think, kinder through maybe even slightly older. I don't remember. Presley's going to be going into 2nd grade, so he qualifies for both, but these are the free books that you can earn. This year, we did not do it last summer, so I don't know 100% how it was last year, but I know how it was when I used to work at Barnes & Noble. This year is a little bit different, as in they have a bracket for all of their books. Every 2 books that your child reads, they have to fill this out and then pick their favorite, and then go into the Barnes & Noble and get a sticker. So I know in the past you could just fill out, it was like just a paper of, here's the 8 books that I read, and I think you had to write a little bit of something, but you did not have to check in like 4 times in order to get your coupon. I like this in the fact that, like, we are encouraged to go to Barnes & Noble. The last time we were in and got his sticker, I did let him buy another chapter book, and I am making him put chapter books on here and not like early readers or picture books. You can do that. I think there are some of the free books, especially in the 1st and 2nd grade area, that are early readers. They're not necessarily chapter books or middle grade books, but I am making him do chapter books because I know he can do it. And so he has read 2 complete chapter books so far. He has 1 more chapter in his 3rd chapter book that he will be finishing later today. But so he has read the 1st book in the Diary of a Minecraft Wolf series, which so far is his favorite because he absolutely loves building things in Minecraft. And then he also read the 1st book in the Dragon Masters series, which was Rise of the Earth Dragon. He actually got that one from his teacher before summer break. And that one had a lot of pictures compared to the Minecraft one. The Minecraft one had Interesting changes in font though, which I do think encourages them to keep reading. So he really did enjoy both of those. He's currently reading a Hardy Boys chapter book, so like a mystery, more realistic fiction type of one. And then we have a few other chapter books that he can pick from for his fourth one. Once we finish book 3 and 4, we'll have to go back into Barnes & Noble to get our sticker. They also had him write a little shelf talker. However, he wrote it about the Minecraft Wolf book, and when we were there, I didn't see Minecraft Wolf books on the Barnes & Noble shelf. But it's something he got at the Scholastic Book Fair before summer break at his school. So he really, really enjoyed that one. But I love the fact that this is very interactive. They want the kids to write a little shelf talker about the books they're reading. And when we were there shopping for his next chapter book, we saw the other shelf talkers from other kids in the chapter book section, in the middle grade section. So they're using those as like, here's why this kid liked that book. And I just find that super fun. It was very cool for him to write it out for himself because he had to think a little bit about like, why did he like the Minecraft one? More than just because I like Minecraft. But so we are definitely doing this as well. Once this is all filled out and you have like 4 or 5 stickers, because they're doing it as a bracket to figure out what your favorite book of the summer was, then you get to use your little barcode to go get a free book, which I just find fun. I love this fact. I don't think Barnes & Noble, as far as I know, did any of this kind of stuff when I was a kid, but at the same time, I don't remember going into Barnes & Noble all the time until I was at least middle school. And then like I made people take me to Barnes & Noble and I could be there for hours, but I like this. Presley likes this. It's very, again, motivating. He's already asking, one, when can we go back to the library? Because he has a chapter book he checked out from the library that he needs to read, but he really wants to go back to the library. He wants to go back to Barnes & Noble. When can we go back to Barnes & Noble? Well, we need to finish reading a couple more books first. And he wants his pizza. Again, I'm encouraging the quiet time because I do think this is something that I want to make a priority in my family with my kids. We have quiet time after lunch or on the weekends, and we want to read more than play games, even though I do like video games as well. But I feel like the more tangible aspect for him, the stickers, the book, the pizza, the activities at the library, being able to go and do that kind of stuff, he has a more concrete reason for wanting to do stuff. But so far so good. He has been enjoying the books that he's been reading. He's been reading them in his head. He did ask me that when we first started. Do I need to read this out loud or in my head? And I was like, you can do whatever you want, but he decided in his head, and he's been getting quicker and quicker, I want to say, with that each and every book that we read. And so, yeah, I just wanted to sort of show and share with you guys because it's been so fun seeing him actually like want to pick up his book and read. Like there's been a couple times that we've skipped quiet time because of other stuff that we've had going on. But there's also been like, there was one time we went to like a birthday party and it was around quiet time, lunchtime, and we came home and I told him, we don't have to do quiet time today because it's past time. And he is like, no, 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 I want to do quiet time. So like he's been encouraging himself to read more. He wants to do it. And like I said, we have one more chapter left in the book that he is currently reading. And I'm very curious to see what else he's going to choose because we currently have a astronaut girl space book checked out from our library that he said he wants to read. We have a good dog book. I gave him book number 1 at Christmas time and he read some of it but never finished it, and now he really wants to do that because he also decided to pick out good dog book number 2 at Barnes & Noble when we were there last time. So we have that option. We also have one more Hardy Boys book, and then I have a couple children's chapter books. Like I have the story of Gumluck the Wizard, which I read last year and absolutely loved. And I found one other one about like a wildsmith. Am I saying that correctly? I don't know. There was another chapter book that I found during our indie book crawl this year that I haven't read yet, but it looks very intriguing, a little bit fantastical. And so we have some good options for him. I will be very curious to see if Minecraft will stay as his top book of the year because he absolutely loves that. But we have at least a few more books that he needs to read and figure out which one he likes the best. And so that is going to be it for me today. Again, I just wanted to share what we're doing this summer to encourage that love of reading, especially in Presley. Elliot will get there as well. And that's going to be it. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So I will see you then. Bye.